All right, let's just get right into it. Have you ever felt that little spark of pure, unadulterated joy when plans get canceled? Yeah? Then this one is definitely for you. We're going to go deep into the psychology of people who really love staying at home and, why it's so incredibly misunderstood. You know the one. We all have that friend. Or, let's be honest, maybe you are that friend. The one who's suddenly sick again, or just too tired, or hits you with that classic, oh, maybe next time. It's so easy to take that stuff personally, right? But what if it has absolutely nothing to do with you? See, that's the key. This isn't about avoiding you, it's about protecting something. They're basically guarding this finite, super valuable resource that the outside world is just constantly trying to drain. So let's break down exactly what that is. Okay, so first things first, we've got to tackle the biggest myth right off the bat. The idea that people who love staying home are just, well, boring. Society just loves to slap that label on anyone who'd rather have a quiet night in than a loud night out. But this is where it gets really interesting. What we might dismiss as, a boring personality, science and psychology see as something totally different. It's a fundamental difference in how someone's brain is wired. Seriously, it's not a choice, it's chemistry. So let's get into that wiring. It really all comes down to your brain's energy bill. Just think of your social energy like a phone battery. For some people, being out in the world is what plugs them in. It's the charger. But for others, it's the thing that drains the battery down to zero. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Extroverts, they get their energy from that buzz, the noise, the people, the action. But for introverts, every single social interaction, and I mean everyone, even the really fun ones, is like a little withdrawal from their energy bank. Home becomes the only charging station that actually truly works. There's actually a pretty cool scientific name for this whole thing. It's called optimal arousal theory. And what it basically says is that this isn't just a preference, it's a neurological fact. Some nervous systems are literally built to crave a ton of stimulation to feel their best, while others are designed to work way better with far, far less. So it's not about being lazy, it's just biology. But it's not just about energy, it goes even deeper than that. This is where we get into the idea of home as a true sanctuary. Because for so many people, home gives them something the outside world just can't, a real sense of control. I mean, just think about it for a second. The world out there, it's completely unpredictable. You've got loud strangers, plans changing at the last minute, and oh my gosh, that uniquely draining experience of small talk, with people who don't really care how your weekend was. It's just chaos. Now, compare that to being at home. Here, you are the master of your universe. You control the lights, the noise level, the schedule, the whole vibe. Everything is exactly how you wanted. No surprises. And look, for people with anxiety or who are just highly sensitive, this isn't some minor preference. Having that control isn't a luxury, it's basically a survival tool. It's non-negotiable in a world that can feel totally overwhelming. Okay, so we've kind of figured out the why. Now, let's totally flip the script and talk about the unexpected benefits. Because far from being a weakness, this whole preference for solitude, it actually comes with some amazing, scientifically proven superpowers. Yeah, study after study shows that people who are genuinely comfortable being alone, who actually enjoy it, tend to excel in these areas. They're often more creative, more introspective, and are usually way better at focused problem solving. I love this because it's such a powerful way to reframe it. Our whole culture is obsessed with doing something all the time. But staying home isn't doing nothing. It's actually creating the perfect environment for deep thought, for reflection, for new ideas. It's where the signal can finally cut through all the noise. And that's exactly how it works. When you're in that quiet, controlled space, your mind isn't fighting off a million different things. It finally has the mental space, the bandwidth, to connect ideas, to reflect on things, and just to breathe. So you gotta ask, right? What if our cultural obsession with being out there all the time is just wrong? What if a truly good life doesn't have to be plastered all over Instagram? What if it's just quiet and peaceful and filled with, I don't know, good soup and documentaries? That's not sad at all. That's just being self-aware. Okay, but now we have to talk about something really important. We have to be honest here and admit that not all homebodies are the same. It is absolutely crucial to understand the reason behind why someone stays home. And yeah, the answer is no, it's not always healthy. There's a very real and very important line between choosing to be alone for peace and using your home as a place to hide from the world. For some people, staying home isn't really a choice that's about being an introvert. It's more of a necessity, driven by things like social anxiety or past trauma, or just the heavy weight of depression. And when that happens, home can stop being a sanctuary and start feeling more like a cage. So, this is what it really boils down to. You have to ask yourself, why am I staying home? Does the idea of staying in fill you up with this great sense of peace and relief? Does it actually recharge your batteries? Or does the thought of leaving the house just feel impossibly heavy? See the difference? One is finding peace, the other is hiding. But let's circle back. For the people who are genuinely choosing it, who find real peace in that choice, it is so important to understand this. They are not missing out. They haven't failed at being social. They're just living a different, quieter, but totally valid kind of life. And what's amazing is they often find this deep joy in the little things that most of us just rush right past. You know, the comfort of that morning coffee routine, or that one perfect spot on the couch that just feels right, or even just noticing the way the light hits the room in the afternoon. Psychologists actually have a term for this, a low-stimulation preference. It's this ability to find real fulfillment and peace in quiet, simple moments instead of needing constant excitement from the outside world. So if this is you, if you can turn down an invitation and feel zero guilt about it, if a Saturday spent completely alone actually makes you happy, you're not broken. You're not antisocial. You are simply wired for depth over noise, for peace over performance. And that really just leaves us with one last question. After hearing all of this, what do you think? Is this preference for staying home a real, legitimate psychological thing? Or is it just a convenient excuse that maybe we've all gotten a little too comfortable using? Something to think about. Thank you for watching Psychology of Everyday People. If this resonated with you, like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more psychology that actually reflects real life.